Very happy to make your acquaintance. You flatter me with your attention. May you find me.
Welcome, favored guest. My yurt and hearth are yours. This token of our tribe, Malipo Adaman's belt, is proof of Solmituol's blessing. Let me think. Perhaps you mean the needle? It is a tall rock column in the Valley of the Wind. I have slept beneath it once or twice. The Valley of the Wind is a valley on the northeast slopes of Red Mountain. The entrance to the valley is marked by Aaron's teeth, two tall rock spires. You bear Malipo Adaman's belt. This is important. Just a moment. You mentioned the needle, in the Valley of the Wind? I recall, at the top of that tall spire is not white, but much lighter than other rocks nearby. The head of the Valley of the Wind sits right under the needle. It is a good, safe campground, sheltered from wind, with only one approach. That whitish rock at the top of the needle, that might be the pearl you are looking for. You bear Malipo Adaman's belt. I will share what I know. I know no place of that name. But there is a place called Aaron's Teeth in the Valley of the Wind. These two rock spires mark the entrance to the Valley of the Wind, and they bear the name of the seer, Aaron, one blessed by Azura. There are two valleys, side by side, on the northeast slopes of Red Mountain. The westmost valley is called Dry Camp Valley. The camps have no water, but they are sheltered from the wind. Dunef caverns are also there. The Valley of the Wind is the eastmost valley. It runs long and straight south between Aaron's Teeth, and climbs towards Red Mountain. The mouths of these valleys are to the east along the coast. Past Thuand, Admur Ruin, and just past Zerganipal, a Didrik Ruin, turn south. Aaron's Teeth are two stone spikes at the mouth of Valley of the Wind. The Valley of the Wind runs south from the sea in the northeast of Vardenfell, east of Dmur Thuand, east of Didrik Zerganipal. We stay away from the valley, the winds howl, and the spirits are always awake. Derleth ancestral tomb is in this valley. It is foolish to disturb the spirits in their resting place. I shall be your guide to the 7 trials on the path of the Nerevarine. Ask, and I shall answer, with Azura's blessing. This is a common phrase among wise women, meaning that dreams are the door to the visions of prophecy. The star is Azura. Azura's star appears in the sky only in the magical hour between day and night, at dawn and twilight. You say the star is the key, Azura's star? Then the door is only seen at dawn and dusk, and the star is the key that opens it. Legend says Indoril Nerevar's family standard bore the moon and star, and Nerevar's armor and weapons bore this sign. Some say he bore a moon and star birthmark. Some say he has a magic ring marked with a moon and star. Others say he was born under a moon and star. In any case, I think the moon and star is the mark of the Nerevarine, and you do not have this mark. So you are not the Nerevarine.
door is locked and will not open. The star is the key. The door is locked and will not open. The star is the key. In the Nerevarine reborn, Incarnate. Your first 3 trials are finished. Now 2 new trials lie before you. Seek the Ashlander Ashcans and the Great House Councillors. 4 tribes must name you Nerevarine. 3 houses must name you Hortator. My servant, Nabani Mesa, shall be your guide. And when you are Hortator and Nerevarine, when you have stood before the false gods and freed the heart from its prison, heal my people and restore Morrowind. Do this for me, and with my blessing.
Welcome, Incarnate, Moon and Star Reborn, Hortator, Nerevarine, Mourner of the Tribe Unmourned, Redeemer of the False Gods. I am Peak Star. I was not the one. But I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall answer, if wisdom guides me. I am Peak Star. I was called to the prophecies, but I was not the one. The Tribunal and Dagathor have the unnatural abilities and lifespans of gods. But they gained these things by actions that mock the gods and misuse divine power. They were ambitious and unwise, and the consequences of these ungodly acts threaten all that lives in Morrowind. You must go before the counselors of the great houses and satisfy them, for only the councils of the great houses can name you Hortator. I do not know the settled people of the great houses, and can offer you no counsel. You bear the moon and star, the ring of Nerevar. None may deny, you are Nerevar reborn, the prophesied incarnate. The temple will know you as an enemy. Ordinators will mark you for death, and the tribunal faithful of the great houses will hate and fear you. The doubters of the tribes will test your strength and doubt your honor. You will be known. You must prepare, and be ready. An ancestor has no trade, but to guard and counsel the living kin. You must go before the Ashkans of the Wastes people and satisfy them, for only the Ashkans of the 4 tribes can name you Nerevarine. Speak first with Solmituol of the Urshilaku, and with wise woman Nibani Misa, for of all the Ashlanders, they are wisest in the lore of the Incarnate, and you have already shown Solmituol proof of your worth. I am a failed Incarnate. So are all these who remain here with me in the cavern of the Incarnate. I survived the blight, but I fell in battle with an ash vampire. I could not master the arts of war. Nor could I learn the ways of the great houses. They would not have accepted me as Hortator. Take these few poor things, they are of no use to me. Pity Dagathur and the 6th house. All they do, all they are is foul and evil, but they began in brightness and honor, and the cause of their fall was their loyal service to you, Lord Nerevar. You told Lord Dagath to guard the profane tools beneath Red Mountain, and thus he was tempted. He did your bidding when he tried to keep these tools from the tribunal, and so he hates you, who betrayed him, and the tribunal, who mocked his honor, attacked him, and stole the profane tools for their own use. Kagranak, high priest of the Dremora, forged enchanted artifacts to steal the power of the gods. Nerevar fought the Dremora to prevent this blasphemy. But Dagathur took these tools to make himself a god. And the tribunal took these tools to make themselves gods. Though the tribunal sought to do good with their power, they are tainted by the same corrupt desires that moved Dagathur. I will answer when I can, and with what I know. But the visions of Azura are often obscure, for 2 reasons. 1. Because the future cannot be known, and choices may always be made. 2. Because truth is not clear or simple. Azura's riddles warn us to think long and hard. They force us to search carefully for truth and meaning, and not to rely only on impulse and force. Welcome, Incarnate. I am Aintiria. I was not the one. But I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I am Aintiria. I was called to the prophecies, but I was not the one. I was a holy crusader of the temple in the golden era of the tribunate. I contributed substantially to the writings that were later suppressed by the temple, and now would be called apocrypha. I followed the tribunal unquestioningly, to my regret. I never believed in the Nerevarine prophecies until it was too late. Take my humble possessions, with my blessing. You are the Nerevarine. You are the Incarnate. You are the one. You must not fail. Head home with these magic words. Head home with these magic words. The king of rape added another, Shim, which is the secret syllable of royalty. Vivek had
Welcome, Incarnate. I am Erardan. I was not the one. But I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I saw Morrowind fall to the Empire. I lived through the humiliation of the surrender, swore hatred and vengeance against Imperial and Tribunal alike for their betrayals. In later years, I despaired, and turned to Red Mountain, where I grew old and died fighting the Blight and Red Mountain monsters. Take my weapons and armor. I have no further use for them.
Welcome, Incarnate. I am Idrini Nerevarine. I was not the one. But I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I lived in the late years of the Tribunate, and behind the scenes, I helped us demoralize, then repel the Akhaviri invaders. I knew nothing of the Nerevarine or Dagathur until I took refuge with the Ashlanders. I died a fool, trying to loot ruined Kogarun. Here. Take these. Maybe there's something in the world left worth stealing.
Welcome, Incarnate. I am Konum Kodala. I was not the one. But I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I was in Ashkan. I led my people against the Akhaviri while the Cyrodiil dogs fled before them like Kagouti. I quested deep into the strongholds in Red Mountain, cleansing the unclean things in their own blood. I did not heed the counsel of the women, and, to my shame, I craved glory, but never saw my real enemies. My axe and boots are yours, with my blessing. Welcome, Incarnate. I am Horde-led. I was not the one. But I wait and hope. Ask, and I shall tell you my story. I died 400 years ago, in the last days of turmoil and unrest after the Empire came to Morrowind. I was a thinker, and not a doer, and though I was marked by the stars, I was not a hero. Take these things of mine. My bones won't complain.
I shall be your guide to the 7 trials on the path of the Nerevarine. Ask, and I shall answer, with Azura's blessing. Tell me what you saw and heard in the cavern of the Incarnate. See, listens carefully. It is as I have seen in my dream. It is a true dream, sent from Azura to guide me. The 4th trial is, a stranger's voice unites the houses/3 halls. Call him Hortator. When you have been named Hortator by each of the 3 great houses of Vardenfell, come to me for further guidance, for you will have passed the 4th trial. I do not know the ways of wizards. I have heard they honor the tests of life and death, as we do. The ones who live, live a long time. The ones who die are forgotten. They are old, and strange, and terrible. I know little. But I am afraid. And that is my counsel to you. Be afraid. It is no time to be bold and careless. It is no time to hoard your treasures. With wizards, there are no second chances. I am told that wizards who speak for the Telvanni counselors may be found in a strange building in Dremora. The counselors themselves are ageless sorcerers living in the towers scattered over Vardenfell and the eastern mainland. I know nothing about them, except that they are old, terrible, and evil. I do not know the ways of the settled people. But I do know, in the Council of Chiefs, you must cultivate a friend, and beware an enemy. Find one who is willing, or who is well disposed to you. Win him, and use him to win the others. And the most powerful chief, he is most likely an enemy, since he loves his power, and hates to share it. Recognize your enemy, and prepare for him. Go to Aldirun, the chief town of the Redarin. They say the council meets under the shell of a giant emperor crab. The Redarin are proud and haughty, known as great warriors and great worshippers of the tribunal. Since they love the temple and Vivek, they cannot love you. The temple warriors hate the Nerevarine prophecies, and will kill you if they see you. Be careful. The Hlaalu are great traders, keen for profit, and subtle with words. It will be hard to find someone you can trust, perhaps impossible. You may have to fight with words to find the truth. Beware of tricks and lies. Seek behind appearances. Look for hidden power. Be wary. Be suspicious. Go to Balmora, the chief town of the Hlaalu. I believe the counselors meet there in a great house with many rooms. The Hlaalu are soft and cowardly, sly, and greedy. Their traitors are liars and cheats. Look behind the words they speak for the truths they are hiding. The Path of the Incarnate. I told Nibani Misa of the lost prophecies, and what Dilvis Barolo said about them. She has told me to leave her while she consults the ancestors in her dreams. I'm to come back when the moons have come and gone to hear her judgment. Nibani Misa says she has been chosen as my guide on the path of the Nerevarine. She says I must pass the 7 trials of the 7 visions. The first 2 trials, my particular birth and my cured corpus disease, are already passed. For the 3rd trial, I must go to Solmituol, the guardian of the Nerevarine cult, and he will tell me what to do. When I have fulfilled the 3rd trial, I must return to Nibani Misa for guidance with further trials. Solmituol has given me the following quest. Go to Kogarun, the ancient halls of House Dagoth. Get 3 tokens, 1 corpus sweepings from a corpus beast, 2 a cup with the mark of House Dagoth, and 3 the shadow shield, which lies on the tomb of Dagoth Morin, in the lava tunnels deep beneath ruined Kogarun. If I bring him these 3 tokens, he will reveal to me the secret of the 3rd trial of the Nerevarine. I have passed Solmituol's warrior's test. Now I must find the Cavern of the Incarnate, a secret place sacred to Azura, and look for the moon and star of the prophecies. To find the Cavern of the Incarnate, I must solve a riddle. The eye of the needle lies in the teeth of the wind, the mouth of the cave lies in the skin of the pearl, the dream is the door and the star is the key. Solmituol called this riddle wisdom's test, and says take counsel of the wisdom of the tribes to find the way. An Ashlander says the eye of the needle in the riddle may be a tall rock column in the Valley of the Wind. The Valley of the Wind is a valley on the northeast slopes of Red Mountain. The entrance to the valley is marked by Aaron's teeth, 2 tall rock spires. I was asking about the skin of the pearl when I mentioned the needle, in the Valley of the Wind. The Ashlander said there was whitish rock at the top of the needle. That might be the skin of the pearl I'm looking for. An Ashlander says there is a place called Aaron's Teeth in the Valley of the Wind. 2 rock spires mark the entrance to the Valley of the Wind, and they bear the name of the seer, Aaron, who is blessed by Azura. These might be the teeth of the wind. The Valley of the Wind is a valley on the northeast slopes of Red Mountain. Nibani Misa thinks that the star is the key refers to Azura's star that appears in the sky only in the magical hour between day and night, at dawn and twilight. Nibani Misa says that, if the star is the key Azura's star, then the door may be seen only at dawn and dusk, when Azura's star is in the sky. Then the star would be the key that opens the door. I saw Azura in the Cavern of the Incarnate. I received the moon and star, an enchanted ring, and I am in Nerevarine. I have passed the first 3 trials. Now I must show moon and star to the Ashkans of the tribes and the counselors of the houses. Each tribe must call me Nerevarine. Each house must call me Hortator. These are the next 2 trials. Nebani Misa shall be my guide. I must return to her and seek her counsel. The spirit of Peakstar warned that now that I bear the moon and star, and will be recognized as the Nerevarine, I must be ready for hatred and fear from the temple, from ordinators, and from tribunal faithful of the great houses. The ghost of Peakstar gave me a belt and pants. The ghost of Aintiria gave me a book and a mace. The ghost of Erardan gave me a spear and cuirass. The ghost of Idrini Nerothan gave me a probe and lockpick. The ghost of Konum Kodala gave me an axe and a pair of boots. The ghost of Hortled gave me a book and a robe. Nebani Misa reminded me of the 4th trial of the 7 visions. A stranger's voice unites the houses / 3 halls call him Hortator. When I have been named Hortator by each of the 3 great houses of Vardenfell, I will have passed the 4th trial, and should return to Nebani Misa for further guidance.